can get underway here. It looks like the combination McCorkindale and Riley will be closest to camera.
Who do you like here, DK?
Ooh. Tough one to call, honestly. Oh, jeez. There is not much splitting these two. I mean, I backed Huynh-Baker yesterday with Harry Brown, and they didn't have the result. So, because of that, I'll go for McCorkindale and Riley.
Yeah,
Is he playing in different state to Kirsty? So for these two, a little bit of just wonder how they're going as a team, bringing it together. Whereas for Baker and Quinn, they have played together in the past. It's great to see Leona on the court. One of the OGs of the Australian pickleball scene. Her and her partner Tan have been playing for a long time. I've had the pleasure of both playing against these two and commentating them for years.
Which one do you prefer?
Oh, Leona.
No, in terms of commentating or playing against them?
Oh, I mean, right now I definitely couldn't go toe-to-toe with Leona and Tan. I've always said that Leona has one of the hardest smashes in Australian pickleball. But very difficult to call this one, viewers. Who's going to take the victory? Beautiful conditions here at Focus Pickleball Redcliffe. We were just talking to Ron Shell off air. And the sun is...
And blocking my view of the court right now are the Slam Jam boys in Adam Hall and Colin.
Jeez, it's a big head, isn't it?
And haven't they had a shocker today?
We'll pull up their results.
They've had a stinker. And it's good to see. They were talking up a big game. And it's going to be a long drive home for the boys.
Hey, they had one win. 2 losses.
Whoever.
Two of our junior teams who have gone over to the Open. No, the kid, Fitakefus are good. Give them a couple of
Yep.
couple more tournaments under their belt.
How old are the Fitakefu brothers?
Well, I wonder if it's dad playing with son.
Ah.
But I know one of the Fitakefus was playing in the 19 plus yesterday.
Yep.
And he's very solid. But I think he's like 14.
Yeah.
So he's a youngster. So, take that what you will, viewers, for Adam and Colin to go and get a victory against those two.
I stick by my statement that I think the Jupers of Adam and Colin are too high. And I'll be talking to Juper about that.
Fair enough. Good to know.
Can we get Baker firing here?
Yes.
She loves to fire herself up, and that's just a little fire up. You'll know when she fully fires herself up, and that's when she's feeling herself.
She's one of the loudest commons in Australian pickleball, Lindsay. It's actually one thing I love about Lindsay's game. She just doesn't care about what the situation is. She just needs to ramp herself up. Great shot.
She didn't care. You're right. She didn't care. She was in her own moment, and that's herself and Sarah Dennehy. That they were the difference there for the Caterpillars in the final, to be honest.
And I mean, for Lindsay, right? Let's talk about the Brumbies. Joey Wild locked up Lindsay immediately.
Yeah.
So he foresaw what was the potential for Lindsay, and the Brumbies, as a result, are easily the top of the table for Queensland. I'll get some analysis.
They've been doing it in arguably the most competitive state in Queensland, and they're leading that convincingly. I think Joey Wild is he's drafted well.
Yeah, I think you've made a fair point, Ash. Let's put it that way. So the Brumbies viewers at home are yet to lose a match. So their big, I guess, competition, the Boroughs, they took down. We'll be kicking off once again next week. Ash and I will be calling that. And we'll be up to our round 4, which should be amazing. Up to the halfway point for our season. That's a nice speed up there for Huynh-Baker. But yeah, Brumbies currently top of the table for 5-0 for Queensland. Outback a second. Outback have been low-key. I'm actually happy to see them up there.
I thought the Outback would be on top pre-season after seeing their team. With Harry Brown, Nicky Mal, Krista Milewaters and B. Horsley. That's a solid team.
Yep.
And yeah, I mean, they'll be there in the end for sure.
So you think they'll the combination of Sarah Dennehy and Summit Alabama can't get the Burrows over the line?
I think they'll be in the playoff. They'll finish third, and they'll.
They have Ryan Simmons and is it Brandon
Contrado. Yeah. Look, they're handy and they're playing well, but the outback is consistent across the board.
And the Brumbies are as well.
And the Brumbies are. And if you go and look at some of the best teams in Australia, I mean, that's why the Roos are going so well in Victoria. They're not world beaters, but they're consistent across the board. And that's why I think the tapestry of the season and the teams is so interesting, because you've got some world beaters in. You look at Sydney, you've got Star, and I think if you have a star and a team that has balance, you're going to be really hard to beat.
Yeah, it's a fair point. As we talking about balance, we expected a close one thus far. The ladies have delivered. Slight lead here for the combination of O'Reilly and McCorkindale. Big shout out to Nancy. I'm obviously a Territorian, born at Hardin. I found out that Nancy also lived in Darwin.
Oh.
So back in the day. So it's great to see. I don't know if she considers herself a Territorian or not.
So is it what about if you grew up in the ACT? Would you call yourself a Territorian then as well?
We'll have to get Robbie Manzano to answer that. That is a very fair question. Yeah, I don't know what ACT people call themselves. Canberra Pickleball people. Which, by the way, the NPL have been really getting behind the ACT scene. It's been great to see.
Well, there'll be a bit going on in Canberra today with the election.
Pretty busy up there. Probably not much pickleball being played in Canberra.
Oh, no, I'm sure that Albanese and Dutton will have one eye on NPL Brisbane.
Yeah.
Clive Palmer will be all over. The Trumpeter Patriots will be all over this PWR 700.
Well, it's funny you mentioned Palmer, because he's actually backed, as we've got the stack in effect for the combination of Huynh-Baker.
He should have just put that on his ads and go, I'm Clive Palmer, Trumpeter Patriots, I love pickleball, vote 1.
Vote pickleball.
I went back to back because I did it 30 seconds ago, but we weren't on air. I did that last the first time. You gave me absolutely no notice.
Oh, mate, I got big rid of it. Bit of a lead here for Huynh-Baker. They do have the service of the import rotation. I've actually just received a message cash from some of our ACT players, and they have confirmed they do call themselves their great to see the ACT players watching and cheering us on.
That's what's curious. He does seem to do it.
Yeah, he's actually been good too. I think he's been really decent.
Yeah.
Much from the Quinn. Got to give a big shout out to the Quinn family, by the way. Ash, they go to the same gym. Winners. But Star Fook, his last name is spelled the same way as Quins here in Australia, but he's the first pronunciation. So it really depends on where you come from. Nice shot. I remember speaking to Aunt Quinn, family member, I suppose to say, was Tarz's mum, but I asked regarding the pronunciation, and she was like, "Oh no, she just said, just say Quinn every time." So 3-point lead here. Riley into the net. How many memes do we see about him that shot? That's him straight. It's a great discussion. There was a lot of various opinions on. They're both young superstars, and pair for pair, they're both. It's a real tough one to call. I'm going to say Sarah at this point in time. I could be wrong with that. Lindsay, obviously, is a superstar. But the best for her. That's a great coach.
Well, you're talking about names. That was textbook.
But
Win is playing out together. They touched on it earlier in the broadcast. Just really right on to that. Who's the next two? When it's never dancing, never stop moving the feet. As soon as you hit the ball, really, and bring it to the feet. What's that ball? It's so much. Also, that ball moves around the world.
an interesting point here as we see the obviously the wind coming to
This is it. Stop talking about. Now go back there. No, that was the play. That ball just needs to go pretty much right back to that pitch again. Even a 30 centimetres past it, and they'll do it on fire.
And the reason for that positioning, by the way, was a little bit off the pitch line. If you are someone who you're getting the ball banged at you a lot at home, what a lot of our pros will do is stand on the foot off the pitch line to be able to adapt to it. The wind is going directly in the face of the as a result, she's probably getting high velocity shots towards it. A little bit of extra space to be able to react. She's probably right there. She's playing a little bit off the ball, so bring her in.
Slow it down. They've got to slow it down. Yes, this is where I don't know if Lindsay or Leona have the coach. This is where the sage words of the coach just have a simple piece of advice. They might be saying something that you're not being recorded. And I do see a real opportunity there to expose the talking about.
It looks like, speaking of sage words, we do have a child out here on the side of Huynh-Baker. So it looks like Oxnard and Spencer have beaten Camp Ellis and his others up.
Yeah, wow.
The winner of this match, I would say, would probably go through.
Oh, they will not be happy. Cat Palos is uber competitive. I'll be staying away from Cat Palos for the start of the match. Easy. That is. Won't take us long to calm down as Cat. Cat doesn't like to lose. No one likes to lose, but Cat is
ET on trade.
That's what we love. I remember I was playing practice match with Cat. I one day it was some soft. And we ended up, we won whatever it was, 11-7, and she wasn't happy with it. And I said to her partner, she wasn't upset about the body at all. She was upset with her lost. And it was just a casual match. It was like, it took her a while to calm down. And I like that intensity.
Intensity. It does look like Huynh-Baker is really starting to rank us up here for the side. More from close. No one, I've got one back in unsuccessfully. Second server though, they have another opportunity.
You know what's great about pickleball doubles and singles? Once you see a pattern that works and you go, here's something that I can rinse and repeat, you feel like you've solved a chess game. You've solved Wordle for the day. You know,
Make it clear. Ramped up at the right time. Pressure getting down Riley and Book now. Nancy with the opportunity sprays it.
I'm just saying they're giving Nancy and Brooke pretty good books.
Yep.
Like these are head high volleys. I know it's winning, but
Very classically, all the fronts of it.
I bet from the owner and Lindsay it was done.
Yeah, I think it'll be a good confidence boost to see how close the pool is going as far. Replay, you can see this is travel. The owner had multiple smash on
Primary, and yellow kitchen.
mix it up with it.
Swedish fly.
Middle, still alive. Match point. Scored wide, so the victory has gone the way of Huynh-Baker. What a terrific effort from Lindsay and Leona. They will be very happy with that result for Borknell and Riley. They definitely had the chance, and in the end, did not put it away. It's pickleball, it can be a cool sport at times.
Good help. So,
Yeah, it does push to the left. So, viewers, that is the end of this pool match. I believe we will have finals coming up, and we will have a young superstar from Burridge jumping in the boot. Nash, we will bounce into a quick.